What's up, everybody? Smell Hog Jabroni, back with another video. Fresh sunburn. Just got back from the lake today. I realized I didn't put up my video Thursday, so I'm gonna do my first of my series, record digging, crate digging finds. This is number 1. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to when coronavirus and it opened back up. So these are the first 2 times I went back to my local record store, Psychotronic. Shout out Psychotronic. You guys go there if you ever come to Augusta, Georgia. And the things I found at 2nd and Charles the one time I went there, and it was actually a hell of a score. And so I'll end with that. So, first, I finally got a copy of Swans, To Be Kind, $40 used, but I see it for like 40, going new. And man, I always overlook this, and you'll see the more and more, I've talked a lot about how much I love hip hop and all that, but I love math, rock, prog, cinematic type stuff, and this album just takes the cake. It's 3 records, and I had to listen to them all the way through. I couldn't put another record on. I had to wait till this was over because it was so phenomenal. And I highly recommend this to anyone. To anyone. Seriously, it's nuts. Alright, number 2. That's what I love about Psychotronic. He always has little $6 awesome jazz records. This is Jazz for Sunday Afternoon with Chick Corea, Richard Davis, Elvin Jones, Garnett Brown, Marvin Stamm, and Joe Farrell, who's one of my top tenor sax players. And just my friend Blake pointed it out to me, and I was like, hell yeah, I gotta have that. This one right here is a killer find. Coltrane, live at the Village Vanguard. I'm not sure if this is the original. Yeah, 66, so this would be like Pharaoh and all those guys stuffed in. They do just My Favorite Things and Naima. I'm not sure how to say that, so that sucks, but whatever. Okay, being a diehard film buff that I am, this is Fellini, and it's just the greatest of. I own 8.5, and I own La Dolce Vita on I have the original scores, but this is just cool because it had Satrican Roma, Amarcord. It's got 8.5 on it too. La Dolce Vita, La Strada, fucking fantastic movie. I love Criterion movies. I might even start throwing that on here. Okay, you're gonna see this and say $40. Okay, wow. I bought the first 2 albums from him, but these are German imports. All 3 of them are, like my White Blood Cells and whatever came after that. I'm forgetting, but I mean, I grew up on this stuff. The more and more I think back on it, Jack White is a huge reason why I'm like so into garage and that style. Like, it's really cool because first you kind of you can't really trace your roots of why you like something. Like, sometimes I'll be thinking of punk and I'll go back to pop punk and be like, man, Enema State. Like, say I'll be buying whatever, some awesome record like Wire or Fear or some killer record, and I'll be like, well, why do I like this? What brought this on? I mean, I know I like it, and then I'll think back on like pop punk, which is like super weird to like compare that to, but it just like there's very subtle, not very subtle. I mean, this is very garage rocky, bluesy, just great stuff. Icky Thump is one of the best songs they ever put out. I literally only bought this just because I think I said in the last 2 previous videos, I've moved in and I just can't find mine. And I was just in the mood for some Fragile, $10, mint condition copy. Why not? You know what I mean? And this is really funny. I had no idea that this was a cover album of the band. I always looked over it and was like, oh, forget Moondog Matinee. I don't want that. And then he was telling me, he's like, no, it's a cover album. And I started looking at it and I started seeing songs that I recognized, and I was like, what? Like, A Change Is Gonna Come, which is damn good. Probably the best thing about this album. But if you're like a band, no pun intended, but if you're like a guy who likes to be a completionist with bands, and you don't have this by the band, you need to get this as soon as possible. Finally just wanted to get Tommy. It's got the booklet. $20, another mint condition record. He sells a lot of this stuff super fair because he gets in it a lot. Man, if I were to pull out like everything I have by Psychotronic, which would be a cool thing to do for a video, but it'd be a long video, it'd probably be like a fourth of my collection. He's really steered me in the right way. Guy's super smart. My friend Jason Walter actually just did an interview with him, and I'll put it down in the description so you can read it. This guy has a crazy legacy. Played with the Mirrors, which got on this post-punk compilation. They did like Velvet Underground covers, and he's seen the Stooges, and he was there when the only good video you can see of the Stooges back in that day when Iggy's throwing peanut butter everywhere. He was there in Cleveland. Like, he saw David Bowie with like the only tour that David Bowie and Iggy Pop did together. He was there. Saw Jimi Hendrix twice. Johnny Ramone was really good friends with him. He wrote a book called Psychotronic, and then he made the magazine. And Psychotronic was about B-grade movies, and he made the magazine for like 16 years or something. And I can't remember how many issues he made. Like I said, it'll all be down there, so I won't speak too much more on it. All right, $6, Chicoria, Return to Forever. I just never got around to getting and completing them. And when I was buying these, I mean, like I said, these are 2 trips to Psychotronic. So I think all those were from the second. These are all from the first. Light as a Feather. It's Return to Forever. They're fantastic. You know, here's their first album. Got this for $6 too, in really good shape. It was really funny. I came specifically for this that day because I've been writing down a list all the stuff I've been listening to during quarantine, and I was like, oh my god, Tony Williams plays on this record. Get it to me for $10. It's a little beat, but it plays fine. And man, Ray Manzarek, I gotta give it to you for a first solo record. This is great, but I mean, I'm a die-hard biased Doors fan, so maybe not biased, but I actually like the 2 Doors albums they made after Jim. So especially Other Voices was really, really good. It seems like they had a lot of momentum going into that record. All right, next we got one of the best finds, Little Richard's second album. Really good condition. 100. I talked him down to 80 because, you know, the more you buy, you know, you get helped out. But I don't care. I would have paid $100 for this. I was so excited. The Beatles are highly influenced by Little Richard. There's a couple songs they play on here, which I want to say is Kansas City, and I mean, I think they played Good Golly Miss Molly too. I can't believe I can't remember right now, but oh man, I fucking love this record. It's so good. Little Richard, I never ever thought in my lifetime that I would ever be into Little Richard. This is just cool because I've gotten super into Pentangle, and this is John Renbourn, I'm sorry. Sir John a lot. It was his second best album, so I was like, okay, gotta get that. $6. I was like, I gotta get that even more, and it's all instrumental and just so crazy. Terry Cox playing finger cymbals and African drums and glockenspiels, and it's just awesome. And the stand-up bass player for the Pentangle, he actually played with Nick Drake, and Nick Drake's one of my absolute heroes. So that was like super cool to see. Let me get the other one I got. A promo, mint, $10. This one's my favorite I got of the 2, but I'm gonna go back and get more, you know. Really, really good. If you like acoustic guitar, chill, finger picking, just killing it. Like, I mean, he even can solo like Hendrix on an acoustic guitar. I'm not exaggerating when I say that. So go find this and check it out. Next up, Slade. I mean, so good. Garage rock, prog rock, post-punk, whatever you want to call it. Just good. Just solid as hell. Put the needle on. You're going to go all the way through. You're going to love it. Early hard rock, even is a better way of describing it. 1973. Man, just so good. Like, oh, I'm so psyched to find that. Alright, and next up, The Byrds. The third album, I believe. When they go more folky, I guess is a better way to say. You know, $30. Not an easy record to come by in such good shape. But just really, really solid. And if you like the Byrds, you're just not, you know, anything from the 60s about the Byrds, you're not gonna dislike. That's all I got to say about that. And last one, I'll move over to my second Charles finds after that. Weezer is $25, but I paid for it because it was a German press and it still had the plastic on it. So I was like, screw it, I haven't got this yet. I really wanted the Pinkerton, but I think that sold. Wow, I was being hypocritical on getting this, but this is, man, I mean, this is the 90s to me right here, you know, so love it. Oh yeah, I put this in the vinyl tag video, but I still want to show these. I got these. Mongrel by the Bob Seger System, which I'm trying to find all three of them now, because I only thought there was one. I only thought there was that first one. T-Rex, like I was saying, I'm going to find a better, $10, but it's of their three best records, and there's the only one I needed. So I'll find a better one when I find a better one. The Chesterfield Kings, the one that I bought just blind buy, blew my mind. An 80s garage rock band. 87 garage rock, amazing. And then this and Hunky Dory, like I said, have been evading me my whole life. It feels like I'll never get, it felt like for a long time that I was never gonna find copies of these original, but now all I need is to get Hunky Dory, and I'll feel in a good spot with my David Bowie collection, which, rest in peace David Bowie, we all miss you so much. Sunburn's kicking in nice and good now. Alright, here's my last little bit. These are what I got from Second and Charles. But here's like 7 or so I got from, and this is over like 5 trips, but whatever. Minus the Bear. So stoked to find this because I'm a math rock guy, and this is one I think this is one of their mathier ones. I don't know. I haven't listened to it yet. Still got this stupid, I hate how Second and Charles does this. Puts the sticker over it. I mean, we rip them off all the time. Like, screw that. Like, I want to see what it looks like. Unless there's some fucking crazy people just stealing discs, and those people suck if that's what's happening. But I was really stoked to find this because there was a Man Ray record and there was a Floral record in there. Man Ray's from Athens, badass old school math band, kind of more post-hardcore, and Floral, it's just Floral. Just look them up. They're one of the most killer, and they're a duo too. When you hear it, it'll blow your mind. I'm trying to get more and more Stan Getz. This is the new Stan Getz quartet. I don't know any of the people he played with really. The one thing I do like about Second Charles, I got good prices. This was $15, $14.90. Those $13.50. $14.95. I mean, this gets even cooler right here. I found Joni Mitchell, and I've been looking for anything she did with Jocko. And I just happened to go to the Joni Mitchell section, and bam, right there, $10. I mean, when she got into that, I love her early folk stage, don't get me wrong, but when she got into her, I'm gonna smoke cigarettes to like ruin my voice and all jive and kind of started talking like that and stuff. I feel so stupid trying to like imitate her, but she did. I mean, And she said Jocko is the realist, a real artist, and I totally agree. It's also got, you can feel that right there, that snake. It's really cool. Oh man, this is a real delight. Stanley Clark's School Days. This is his best solo album, in my opinion. And now actually the opinion of bestalbumsever.com. But, I'm sorry, that's funny to say it like that. Let me see. You got John McLaughlin plays on it. Steve Gadd plays on it. George Duke plays on it. Yeah, those are like the 3 heavy hitters. Milton Holland, really good on percussion. Really stoked to find this. This is $5. My little nephew ripped up the thing, and so I just gave it to him. Joanna Newsom. I want to talk about her forever. I love Joanna Newsom. I only have this in her first record, and I like her first record better because I love her on the harp. But on the piano, though, there is so much soul on this album, guys. Andy Samberg is so lucky to be married to her. I love how she did the voice in Inherent Vice. If you guys didn't know that, the narrator of Inherent Vice is Joanna Newsom, and this is her on piano, and just beautiful, brilliant stuff. It also came with this whole fold-out thing full of all these pictures that I put on Subutex Bandcamp. I'm not going to name drop this again. If you've seen my videos, you've seen that I've been talking about my band. Had to get this. Small Faces. It's just great. This is, Rod Stewart and Ronnie Lane and maybe, actually I really get the Faces, and yeah, Small Faces isn't with Rod Stewart, my bad. This is still fantastic garage rock, blues rock. I have the promo of it. If you see it anywhere, just get it if you like that stuff. It's just another basic, awesome record. They had it for $15. I thought it was going to go for 30 or something, so I was so surprised. This is another one I was saying when I made the list I wanted to find. Lowell George. I love Lowell George. I love early Little Feat, especially their first 2 records. But there's a lot of good people who play on this, and I don't want to run this too long, but just check this out. It's his only solo record. And just find it and comment below what you think of it if you find it. Alright, now this is the last one and the pinnacle of what I found. Nosferatu. It is by Robert Williams, Hugh Cornwell and Robert Williams. Hugh Cornwell was from the Stranglers, and Robert Williams was the drummer in Beefheart's second and third to last album. He was on Dock at the Radar Station, and he was on Shiny Beast. And he came with this, and what's cool is it's got Ian Underwood from Zappa fame, who stayed with Zappa till about 73. He helped so much with Hot Rats, and he did all the instruments. He plays alto sax on a bunch of these songs. It's really gothic and crazy and new wave at the same time. Look at it. It's called Nosferatu, which is my favorite horror character ever. And, Japanese press too. Oh, and also it's got the Mother's Bob brothers from Devo on it, which is just on one song, which is cool. And Ian Underwood, it's like 9 songs. Ian Underwood plays on like 5. You find this, get it. I promise, it's rad. So thank you so much for watching another video of mine. To my 22 subscribers, I love you all. Y'all are amazing. To the people who have been commenting, and yeah, okay, we're only getting like 50 views right now, but let's keep it up. And I really do love you guys and appreciate it. I really appreciate if you like this button so the YouTube algorithm will know that people are watching it, and also subscribe. And have a very good rest of your summer. And do not be a schmohawk jabroni.